I think he watched her while she was in the bath.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he makes a little squeaky noise. It's crazy.
It is interesting. I
It's
wonder
T
if,
for teen.
Welcome to New Game Plus. This is a retro gaming podcast where three guys spend 7 days playing one old game and then we talk about it. My name's Dustin.
My name is Kenny.
My name is Kenny.
And this is episode 493. And Kenny and I are 7 episodes away from our 10th anniversary.
7?
Count it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
5, 6, 7.
There we go.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
No, I'm livid. But
I'm anticipatory.
Livid.
He's
About
he's
getting
really
older?
still
my
on.
name.
He's still
Yeah.
on the thing of you still.
I'm moving. I'm moving on.
No, you're not.
Oh,
You,
I had forgotten that happened.
I am moving on now.
Okay.
Nolan.
Yeah.
So he's mad or whatever word he
Livid.
used. I'm anticipatory. What are you?
Nervous.
And
don't know why.
Here's the question of the week. What are you playing right now?
He did the thing.
This is the time where we talk about the games that we are playing right now. What? You think we did this recently and so we should wait before doing it again? Not going to happen
said that?
because of the games that I'm playing. Games.
Yeah, this question just comes up anytime you want to talk about a game that you're playing.
Dustin,
and
you
I
go
love
first.
It. Yeah, get it off your chest. Vent.
Nothing important. Still chess every once in a
Chess.
while.
Shut
Just-
up. Y'all are both stealing my identity, and it's not okay.
So, of course, Hollow Knight Silk Song released, what was it, last week? And I've been putting in good time into it. I think, I don't know, I haven't checked. I would assume maybe around this time, 30-ish hours, something along those lines.
Nice.
All right.
25 to 30. Yeah, I mean, really enjoying it. It is as good as Hollow Knight, just larger scale, better tech, bigger bosses. But same quality music, same quality handling, same quality graphics. It's just, it is in large part more of the same, but
Great.
that's
Good.
not a bad
No.
thing.
Forced
not
to
bad.
choose which one's better.
I wait until I finish.
Okay, that's fair.
Do you,
I
No,
will
it's-
say
it's
if
fair.
if I had to choose right now, I'd go with Hollow Knight. But that's the whole package, the whole
Yep,
experience,
you're not done.
100%.
I'll ask you again.
Here-
Tell us when you're done, because I'm curious.
Yeah.
The question will mean more then.
Yeah, please do.
hey,
please do.
does Hollow Knight cost more than Silk Song? Is that true? Probably not.
That's really funny.
It probably does.
I mean, probably not right now, but I think that I don't know. I think when it came out, it might have also been a $20.
No, that sounds
game.
right. Okay. On Steam currently, it's $15 just normal price, no sale
Yeah.
or anything. So it's cheaper.
It's great. Oh, Team Cherry.
Team Cherry,
mean,
dude.
Man.
Inflation exists. It's cheaper.
Okay.
Oh.
Kenny, let's do you next. What game or games are you playing right now?
I'm glad you did me second, because everything I tell you is just going to make you livid. So maybe Nolan can redeem that.
That's the word of this episode.
yeah. It's
Kenny's last name in 3, 2, 1.
livid. Yeah, still playing chess. Feel like I'm slightly better than I've been, which is not great. Still playing The Bazaar, even though it's now post Steam release and is possibly in the worst state the game's been in a minute.
Oh, no, that sucks.
But at least they're still working on it, and it still has my attention.
Hey,
So,
is
I
chess
mean,
a lifelong grind? Like, what is this?
Probably.
Is
I will
this-
probably play it forever now, which is kind of half of the appeal, but that's a whole separate conversation. And then the third answer is the one that'll make Dustin the most mad. I don't know, got a little bit nostalgic this week, and I've been playing a little bit of League.
What? And you didn't tell me, you freak?
I didn't. I wanted to see if it would stick, but it's a little bit sticky. So you can hop in with me, Nolan, sometime if you want.
I mean, I have it installed.
Okay.
Wait, you should have told me.
Late night duos.
Yeah.
Nolan, Nolan, you know he's not going to tell you. That's on you for like.
I would
not
absolutely
thinking
tell
that
him.
he was going to
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah.
Nolan and I play games together sometimes.
I mean,
Two.
3, 4 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah.
not sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes in my
Can't-
life.
Two, you know that's a bad decision, and there are better games out there.
There's better games,
no,
but it's not a bad decision.
Yeah, those are two different answers, and I agree with Nolan. Not a bad decision. Yes, there are better games.
They weren't questions, so they didn't need answers. But I do have three. Three
Okay,
is so
three.
you are done with blueprints for all intents, blue tints, and purposes.
No, but I have stalled out. I am gonna need somebody to reignite my passion a little bit. So,
Do you guys remember the when everyone was recreating the Magnus Carlsen freak out when he lost? And, like,
Yeah, it
hit
was
the
really
table?
good.
They were all
Really
really
good.
really funny. My turn.
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay, Dustin. Yeah, I think all of Kimmy's
RuneScape,
answers
we already
plus
know.
all of my answers are gonna really make Dustin mad. Number one, RuneScape.
Y'all play better
The
games.
old school RuneScape grind is going strong. Okay, we are about to do Recipe for Disaster, which is this massive annoying quest, but the payoff's worth it.
How many skills have you maxed?
0, you insane person. I'm not no lifing it that bad, but
Okay, good to know.
PoE 2 season that just dropped. I mean, it's
Did
tempting.
it
me,
get you
Kenny.
back in? Oh,
No, but it's
you're just
tempting
thinking
me.
about it. Okay.
I'm seriously considering it. There's like, there's the new class, there's new weapons in the game. They added Act 4. I'm just saying, I kind of play the only the same games too. I think
Wow.
I'm guilty of the Kenny. Maybe I am Kenny.
It's crazy because like Nolan, you could be playing and enjoying right now Hollow Knight Silk Song, but you've just decided you're gonna play old bad games.
he'll get
instead.
to it
$20
eventually.
is a lot of money, dude.
That's ridiculous, Nolan.
He'll
That's
get to it
ridiculous.
eventually. It's gotta hit him in the right mood.
That is it. Nolan is a mood
I'm a
gamer.
mood gamer.
And
Yeah.
I'm moody.
yeah, I'm glad to hear at least you haven't or you don't feel as though you're no lifing RuneScape, because I do believe that you have with PoE 2 in the past. That was a no lifer
Bad.
for a little bit.
PoE
For a
1 and
while,
PoE 2,
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
one
maybe
hit
it's
you
kind
worse
of
than
not a good
two.
idea. One way
Right.
worse for sure, but
Wait, so
Yeah.
you just said it's not a good idea.
it's not.
Is that going to change anything, or are you just going to do
Oh
it?
no, I do. I make bad decisions all the time.
No.
It's just a way of life. But I don't
Oh,
know. We'll see.
all right. Ready for my segue?
I guess.
It better be
Red-
good.
Ready enough.
No. All right, forget it. I'm not going to do it. It was terrible anyways. Like in our retro game of the week, he's laughing.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I like
Paper
it.
Mario, the 1,000-Year Door.
Overview.
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door was released in 2004 for the GameCube, and it was developed by Intelligent Systems. Okay.
You must be an intelligent systems boy.
I must be. I mean, they're responsible for Fire Emblem,
Yeah.
this series, and WarioWare.
Advance, yeah, I think so. But Advance Wars
Advance
also, which I
Wars?
know you played, but you weren't necessarily a super fan of. The Fire Emblem was your
Yeah,
base.
between the two, but I love me some Advance Wars too. It's a very similar game. Yeah, they're a great company. They've made some, like, I'm looking at their list now, and they made Duck Hunt in '84.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like
That's so funny.
they've kind of made nothing but good games, which is pretty.
That
cool.
Yeah.
actually, I was about to say Nintendo must like super trust them, but I guess if you make Duck Hunt 500 years ago, then you're trustworthy.
That's like investing in the future of the company. Yeah, I mean, you're right though. This should be. I mean, it's a Mario game, so it should be developed and published by Nintendo. That's usually what
Right.
they do. Don't touch my
Right.
main IP. But yeah, the
Like,
series is Intelligent Systems.
I think Nintendo is hesitant to ever. It seems as though Nintendo is hesitant to ever hand off any kind of, like project, but to do it with their not one of their main IPs. They're like it's
Mario.
Mario is Nintendo.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
What other? I'm sure there's others, and I know this is off the cuff,
No,
so
I
you
love it.
might not have something. But like, what other developers does Nintendo trust like this? To where has there been other developers that have been able to handle a Mario product before like this?
I was about to say Capcom.
I'm sure.
but I don't. That wasn't Mario.
Was that Zelda?
Was it? No, that was recent. We just did that. Why are we forgetting?
Yeah, I feel like
Zelda.
the answer is
Zelda.
yes.
Zelda.
That's what I said, you
You
freak.
said Mario.
And then I said, wasn't that Zelda? And you said, no, we just did it recently.
Yeah, but
Roll
when
the
you said
tape.
Zelda, I heard something completely else, different.
Right. So was it Zelda?
Yeah, it was Zelda.
Yeah.
But like that's Capcom. I feel like it has happened with smaller dev teams as well, but I can't name them off the top of my head. So
Yeah. Kenny might be doing some.
I was gonna
stealthy
try
sleuthing.
and I was gonna try and sleuth it a little, but my keyboard's too loud and I didn't want to clickety clack, so I gave up.
that's fine. We'll figure it out later, and people will comment. Hey, if you're listening to this, you can't comment on audio.
Yeah, comment on the audio.
You can, I mean, you can just say it out loud wherever you're sitting.
Yeah, in your room, and we'll maybe hear you. So, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is a sequel to the first game, which we've played. Probably should have looked that up, huh?
We played a Paper Mario. Was
No, we didn't play. Okay, the original's on N64. We haven't played it. We have played Super Paper Mario on
Super
the Wii
Paper
because
Mario.
it was a director episode. Brunt, maybe. I don't remember who brought it.
It was D.H. Bowser.
D.H.
It was
Bowser.
2 years ago, the 9th of April, 2023.
Dang.
Okay,
It
answers.
was a windy and stormy night. I really liked that Wii game, and I don't. Are they all tied together? That's not clear to me. If every Paper Mario
Like story-wise?
well, each one has its own story, even in the N64 one and this one. It's got to be the same, just spread across whatever a timeline. But
Well, no,
Thousand Year Door is a sequel to the N64 one.
I feel like all the Marios are connected because they're Marios, but I don't think any, I'll say many, are actual like direct sequels. Like I don't think this story actually ties in with any of the others. This is the only one with the alien guys, right?
The X-Nauts?
Yeah, it's not.
I can't say that for sure. But I do. You're right. Each one has its own story, and it's the same characters, but they're telling a different story. The story in this one. Oh, by the way, also, I said this in the first play, and I wanted to research it to make sure that that's a real thing. But the first Paper Mario on N64 was a spiritual successor to Super Mario RPG. Like,
That
they've
makes sense.
confirmed that. And I didn't know that.
I'm
It
glad
does
that
make
you.
a lot of
I'm
sense.
glad that you found that because we played what Super Mario RPG on
Yeah, we
the
did play
podcast?
that. Yeah.
We have. Yeah.
And then we played Super Paper Mario, and then this one. I don't really remember Super Paper Mario. I do remember. Not only do I remember that. Why are there a few different RPG Marios like
Mario and
like
Luigi.
Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi, and then Paper Mario
Yeah.
are all like very similar styled games,
Yeah.
like turn-based RPGs, right?
Yes. All kind of like I feel like I wouldn't call Mario and Luigi a spiritual successor to Paper Mario because Paper Mario is still being made and it's its own thing, but so similar. Like they have a lot of similarities. They're not paper, but and if you haven't played this game or can't determine that this game is everything is paper, Mario included. Like if Mario turns around, it's like a sheet of paper turning. It's like a storybook. That's how they set up the premise of the first one. It's a storybook opening. And they stick to that tone throughout the game. The story in this iteration of Paper Mario is Princess Peach gets kidnapped, which is
Shocker.
a shocker. But this time it's kind of her fault, honestly. Like it's not Bowser sweeping in and taking her this time. She gets lured to a town called Rogueport, which it's in the name. I mean,
Yeah, we don't victim shame on this podcast.
I do all the time. I'm just kidding. Rogueport, which you shouldn't go to. And when she arrives there, she's convinced to... she's lured to the Thousand-Year Door. And Mario then goes on a quest to find crystal stars to open the door, which opens up a new plot involving the characters that Kenny was just talking about, the aliens.
It sounds like you're guessing the plot.
No. That's the plot.
Which, by the way, you said You said in the more or less. You said in the first play, and then you said to us before. You might have said it even on this episode. I don't recall yet, but you have played this game before. It's just been a very long time, so you don't remember much, if anything.
Yeah,
you played this week.
I own this game, and I haven't played it in like 10 years, a long time. So it was all kind of fresh to me, honestly. I haven't watched people play it. Like I watch a lot of Mario speedruns, or I used to, and I never watched one of this game because I think it's really long. But yeah, it's been a while.
Oh yeah, because this is an RPG, so like it's RPG in the sense like there is a lot of story.
A lot
you
of dialogue.
Kind of just threw in a few things that set it up, but my goodness, the first entire chapter is just your prologue. That is you maybe walking around for 5 minutes, and the rest is scrolling through text after text after text.
It made the first play kind of challenging to edit, but
yeah,
I mean that's
you
what
did
you
well
get
with
with RPG. Thank you. NGP is basically a book club, but instead of boring old books, we play retro video games, and it would be impossible without you, our community. Every week, we hang out in Discord with you, and we talk about new and old video games. Discord is the hub for all things NGP. In Discord, you can talk about the game of the week that we're playing for the podcast. You can talk about retro finds that you find at the gaming store, or you can talk about hobbies, if anyone even has those anymore. All you have to do to get involved in the community is go to discord.gg/newgameplus and get plugged in with our ever-growing community of retro gamers. We'll see you there.
Gameplay.
I've never played a Mario quite like this one, and I'm not talking about paper. I'm talking about, and this is just one example, but it's the earliest. I'm talking about the hanging gallows in the center of the very first screen that you find yourself on.
Yeah, tonally, this game is a lot darker than any Mario you've played.
Not just darker, mature. I thought Mario was for kids. What are we doing here? The first real battle that you find yourself in is because a few Goombas sexually harass your partner. Like, we are... And then it goes from there. There are many, many, many more instances like that.
Demonic possession in this game.
There's one companion that you work with for a little bit that is a big busted cloud. Like, she's busted.
That's Grill, dude.
And girl, there are so many things here that are mature to the nth degree.
Yeah, I mean, I do like what you did there, Kenny.
Thank you.
Yeah, agree. Different tonally. It never goes so far that it like shocked me that it was Mario. It feels more mature, but in my mind, that's because they're doing this whole RPG storytelling thing and sort of like a play on the town and Rogueport and this whole thing. I'm not disagreeing with you. It is certainly heavier and more mature than any other Mario game. But it's not like they're dropping an M on this thing.
No, but like for Mario is always, even in the RPGs, is so lighthearted.
As a Mario title, it's a little bit surprising.
Yeah. That was the first thing that caught me off guard, and it caught me off guard time and time again because, like I said, there are many, 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 many instances in this game that were shocking me of like, oh my goodness, that joke is crazy, or oh my goodness, that character model is crazy,
or
oh my goodness,
dialogue.
the noose on the very first screen in the center of town is not normal Mario fare.
Or oh my goodness, this sentient computer super intelligence just fell in love with the character because he was secretly being voyeuristic.
I think he watched her while she was in the bath.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he makes a little squeaky noise. It's crazy.
It is interesting. I wonder.
It's T for teen.
Is it?
At least.
I mean, I know, but like it kind of.
It can't be E. It can't be.
If it is, it shouldn't be. It's the most like it's the all I'm saying. Like earlier, I said it wasn't M for mature, but like there's some themes. A lot of them are tongue in cheek.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
Right.
sure
It's
it's
E for
fine.
everyone, bro.
But
Yeah.
that's like G for movies back in the 90s.
They had to
when
fight for
there
that
were
one.
when they showed tons of things.
Well,
Making that up.
I mean, it is interesting, and I wonder if it's because Nintendo was like, you know what, this is like a spin-off series, and it's not going to be like bundled with the console, and like little kids probably aren't seeking it out, but like they could very easily play this. Like a mom could have seen, hey, a Mario game, and buy it for, like without. But I also don't think it's that bad. It's tonally darker, but I don't think it's that bad.
I'm not saying bad, and especially compared to today's games, but I think that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm saying that when I'm playing a Mario game, a lot of these things are not what I'm expecting,
No,
and I was
it's
surprised a
not.
lot this week.
For sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
In this game, it is a turn-based. It's a turn-based RPG. Dustin mentioned it, and it is pretty much what you would expect if you've played the N64 one, which is actually really fun. It's a stage presentation when you go into a battle, like you are performing, and there's a literal audience of like characters watching you, like Toads, and like Bowser even shows up sometimes in like certain cases.
That was so weird to me, that choice.
Oh,
You don't like that?
And
No, it works,
That is-
but it's bizarre.
Yeah.
how bizarre. That is something that I expect, though. Like, that is more Mario characteristic, cute, quirky, silly,
Yeah.
and over the top. So much so that it's not just the presentation of the battles; it's an active part of the battles.
Yeah, they'll throw stuff at you if you suck. And you can
And
dodge
you have
it
to
too.
press X to dodge,
Yeah,
or like to send one of your partners out into the audience to bonk the enemy.
That's so good. That's actually
It's
so
so
unique
good.
and creative. And this game and series is very self-aware, and the humor is a very like front and center part of the experience of Paper Mario. And like I said, I've forgotten a lot of the game, and so it's just fun to like, I don't know, be surprised a bunch of times when sometimes they'll like break the fourth wall, and like the combat, the turn-based combat in its presentation is really fun. And I think functionally it's good too. We should talk about how, like, what you're doing in the combat.
Yeah, so before you get into combat, it's not random encounters. You see the enemies on the screen, and you can go and get a first strike like you can in some other RPGs, where you strike them first either with your hammer or you jump on them as Mario. And then you enter into the screen that Nolan was just describing. You're on a theater stage. The curtains part. There's an audience out there, out front. And you are battling turn-based. And so you get to choose an action. This is very, very similar. If you played turn-based RPGs before, you're not going to miss a beat here. The only thing here, so you choose an action. Are you going to attack? Are you going to use an item? Are you going to try to flee? Whatever the case might be. But the thing that is a little bit different here, that does happen in some other RPGs, is that E33 is that there are actions like.
Active, yeah.
Did they take it from this? That there are active choices that you are making. There's active combat where attacking and defending can be enhanced by executing timed button presses. So, for a simple example, when you go and jump on an enemy's head, if you press A right before landing or right while landing, you'll be able to get an additional jump on their head, so you do more damage. And then likewise, when they attack you, you're able to press A right when they hit, and you can lessen the damage. Or I think this is new for this one, but you can press B, and if that one's a harder window. Again, the option is also in E33 to do counter damage, so you don't take any damage. You instead counter. Right, it's your perfect parry.
It's the same game.
Same game.
I'd certainly had that thought when I first played E33. I would have had to, because like there's not a ton of games that have that, like it's both turn-based and interactive thing. I guess there's probably more than I know of, but I don't come across it often.
Like Legend of Dragoon had a little thing where you had to do some like QTE kind of related things, but a lot of but you're right. I don't think it is as popular as just choosing the option and then watching it all play out.
Right, and even this compared to the QTE thing, this is the flow of these battles is really smooth. Like it does. It's not like a whole thing. Like time doesn't slow down and stop. Even in E33 it does that, but in this one you kind of just have to get your rhythm and stick with it. And I think the pacing and the fights are pretty solid because of that.
What's really nice is that Mario is not alone here. You're up on stage and you're fighting these enemies for all the world to see, which is weird. Doing all
It's
of your
not.
timed attacks. It is. It's unique. It's different. Um, but you've got a partner in crime, or in, I guess, heroics. You're the good guy here. And you meet a bunch of these, which is really nice. And those characters are very diverse and do very thematically appropriate things to help you with your battles.
Yeah, also brought over from the first one. It's of course new characters, but it's you plus a partner, and you meet a lot of cool characters. And what I really love about this game and the series is they break a lot of the Mario rules. You partner up with Goombas, you partner up with Koopas. Like usually those are your enemies, and I always like how they add some humanity to some of those characters and make them really lovable. But each one of those partners helps you in battle and has their own like combat powers and attack styles, and they also do things outside of battle too that will help you get items from a distance or access an area that you couldn't before. So they're really smart about making, and like they force you to use them, but you want to use them. It's part of the story when you come across them. So it's not exactly like you get a huge party and you choose who's going to be in it just because you like how they're dressed or something. They're involved in the story and they take you through like a section with them, so you get to know them. I really like that.
Yeah,
But
Dustin, you described this game as relatively familiar RPG fare, and I think it is. That holds up. But I felt like there was a surprising amount of complexity here between choosing who your partner was going to be, getting to know enemies and needing to adapt which attacks you're using based on which enemies you're facing, paying attention to stuff that's also going on in the crowd or special unique features of a boss, also keeping track of your hit points and your enemy's hit points, but also your flower points, but also your BP, choosing your special moves, but managing those and keeping track of them, having the option to use items. There's just the presentation is very straightforward, but I was very worried early on that this was going to just be like, oh, I'm going to just like jump on him over and
Too
over and
easy.
over again. It's just too easy,
Yeah.
too basic. I'm going to have to just like turn my brain off, and like the RPG part of it is really just kind of set dressing. But they have an actual like system here that's making you make choices, and every time I leveled up I had to think about the trade-offs of, do I want more hit points? Do I want more BP for moveset kind of considerations? Do I want more ability to do my special moves? And so like it felt strategic and RPG. It's not especially hard. Again, it's a Mario game. Like it wants to be, I think, appealing, accessible, whatever else. But there was more there than I expected there to be, which was very rewarding for me.
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It is a fairly robust system, and it only gets robuster as the game
Yep.
continues. Because not only are you having to learn the different kinds of enemies and their patterns, which you talked about, we also briefly mentioned, we can go in on it more, but you've got your companions that you've got to learn how they function and how their attacks work. And then you've got your special abilities that you're using throughout the battle, and your companions are changing, so you're having to learn new things there. Like there are a lot. I would say that it's traditional in the sense that it's turn based, and you're selecting your actions and then you're taking your turns. But the systems within there, it is pretty robust. I don't think it's anything overwhelming if you're used to the genre, but there's a lot there. We talked about the companions. I think it's worth mentioning some of them. By the end of the game, I think you've got like 10, maybe even
there's
12
quite
of
a few.
them.
Yeah.
But early on, you're going to start with, I mentioned her earlier, but Goombella. She's a little Goomba. And she starts with 2 abilities: head bonk, which is just another jump ability, and then tattle. It's a really funny name for being a Libra. Is it Libra in some of these Final Fantasy games? It's trying to like identify the health and status of the enemies
and
you're fighting.
tips outside of battle. Very much a tutorial companion ability. It's cool. I like it's called tattle too.
She's your know-it-all friend, but like for good.
Yeah.
Which I think, just to make clear, and you guys know, but if you haven't played it and you're listening, you might not. These characters have abilities in battle, and then they each have an ability outside of battle. And so Goombella, one of hers is that you can press X at any time while she's with you, and she'll tell you about the town you're in or about the mission that you're on or something along those lines. The next guy that you get is Koops. He's this like insecure Koopa kid.
Band-Aid on his face.
But he's brave, so he's going to go find his father. It's absolutely ridiculous, by the way. Anyway, there's so much there. But he is a Koopa, so he's got a shell, and inside a battle, he can shell toss, so he can throw his shell or roll in a shell, I don't really know what it is, to an enemy that is on the floor, so he can't hit ones that are in the air. And then he's got a power shell, which hits all of them. But then outside of battle, Mario is able to throw his shell to it's a grappling claw or whatever, to get out of
an
reach
item.
items.
He's an interactable in the world to make progress as well, because you're going into these turn-based battles, but then between them it's not really platforming. I mean, you're moving around the world, it's sort of platformy, but you're exploring and working on progression, and it's almost kind of Vania-ish, because there's a little bit. There's these limitations of like places you can go, and then you unlock new. You get cursed with new abilities. That's so fun.
So funny.
That storytelling in there is so good.
No, don't leave it. There's this. What is it? I don't even know what it is. But there's this. There's this thing that's locked inside of a black chest in every location you end up going to. That it tries to get Mario with the same thing each time, like, oh, find the key and open up this chest, it will be good for you, I promise you. And Mario knows what's going on, and each time the enemy is freed, it curses Mario, but the curse is giving it a new ability that helps you navigate in the world. The first one is this paper airplane. The second one is being able to turn into paper. I mean, kind of like
slip through small areas.
Flat.
And then you can like go into the backdrop of areas.
But it's so good because it's like set up as though this thing is cursing you and you're going to hate it. And it's just really, really good.
Yeah, I think that they do a really good job with making those characters matter outside of battle. That's like one of the big things too. And also, I wanted to mention in battle too, like for Koops, for example, Kenny mentioned like there's more than just jumping on enemies going on. They'll have different mechanics. So to use his shell shot, you use the joystick to like charge it back and release it at a certain time. Same for Mario's hammer, which you also have. So they just mix in these characters in such a great way. It's like it is so much of the Paper Mario experience or getting the new character. Like when I played this game a long time ago for the first time, it's getting to that new area and meeting the new person. Like that's so much of this game. I love that.
Well, because your main task, you're going from location to location, and you're trying to get these 7 stars,
crystal stars,
to be able to open up the 1,000-year doors. But each of these locations, you're getting a new teammate that you can partner up with, and they're so full of character, so full of like just design and intentionality and fun, and you're learning their abilities.
Unique locations as well. So like story and vibes. It's like distinct 7 chapters, and each one is you're doing the same things, but each one is totally different to some degree.
I will say the thing that I thought was a little bit lackluster here was some of the I don't know if stage design would be the right word, because I don't mind like the graphical nature of it but basically for the whole prologue and the first chapter, all I'm doing is running east to west and west to east. Like I'm just going left to right. The screens might have a stair or two or might have a simple puzzle to solve, but I just felt a lot of the time, and there's a lot of backtracking in this game, that I'm just going left to right and then left to right again on the next screen and then left to right on the next screen until I get a key so then I can go right to left to right to left. Yeah, I felt that the areas were somewhat uninspired.
Oh, don't say that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm disappointed to hear you say that. Because I have in my notes that I think the area stage design. Yeah, I actually don't know what to call it here either. But yeah, I think they did a great job with the theming mostly. Of each area being very distinct and having its own theming, and you even said you like the design, but like, I don't know, it didn't bother me that much. There's definitely backtracking. I feel like the N64 one had even more than this. I might be misremembering, but they vary it up later, especially when you get access to going to the foreground and background of some areas. You go down pipes, and there's like kind of underground sections too. It felt large, though. It felt RPG-ish to me, which is important in feeling like you're like on an adventure. But
I mean, there is a lot. There's a ton of game here, so I get that. If we're talking about things we didn't like so much,
we're not.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're going around. And
no,
sharing.
yeah, Dustin went there.
Skip. Pass.
Nolan, you're next after
I
King.
passed.
You gotta come up with one.
No.
I felt like most of the characters were just kind of flat for me.
Very funny.
Like paper?
Like paper, because the
You
truth
didn't know
is
he made the joke.
No, yeah, the storytelling is actually amazing, and these characters are very robust. Yeah, no, complete joke. It was 2D.
Which one?
Flat. It's a joke. Flat. They were flat.
They're flat.
I'm complimenting this game on its writing and storytelling. It's so good.
Okay. I took
so
the rage
good.
bait, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You're right. You're right.
Every once in a while, I have to be able to sell something in a way that actually
You sold. Well, you convinced both of us, and also you threw in a joke.
Wait, don't. That's just not good.
No, it is good. So, and I agree, because there are times in major IPs where maybe not Nintendo, but like developers try to do this like edgier tone with like this certain humor, and it doesn't land, or it's attached to a decade that doesn't age well or something. Whoever wrote this is genuinely funny. Like I
like laughed out loud.
Of course, there's so many times that like they just don't let a moment pass without something absurd or funny happening, and it fits and it works with the story. It's not taking itself too seriously. I mean, look at your main villain. Like, come on. Super Paper Mario was more serious than this game. I do remember that much, but even that, like, it's still trying to be funny, and they are.
So another thing I didn't like was the
Just stop.
The badge system.
Yeah.
I know we can't talk about every system, but man, it just reminded me of Final Fantasy IX, which is another one of my really great games. And the system there, when you put on equipment, and then you have a certain amount of currency to spend on certain items. It's kind of the same here. You don't have to equip anything, but you have this currency that you can spend, and each of these badges costs like 1, 2, or 3. Is that BP? I don't know. Whatever those are. Badge points? Is that what it is?
Yeah, badge
That's exactly what that is.
I love that system. I love those. I know it's probably for a lot of people not worth talking about, but that's my favorite thing in these games. When I get a new badge, and then I can't use some because I don't have enough BP for everything, but almost every level up I was giving myself more BP because I love to use those badges, especially when I got power bounce. That's the one where you can bounce as many times within reason as you want on an enemy, as long as you're hitting the timing right on A. Oh, I love that one.
If you are good at timing and an attack to like take less damage, investing in BP is very wise and fun. And the badge system is carried over from Paper Mario on the N64. So they clearly believed in it and knew that it worked, and I loved it then, and I love it here too. I agree that leveling up meant something and felt good in this game.
Yes.
And it totally could have not. Like, does that make sense? Like, yes, it's an RPG, but I can see them taking the easy road, and it's just like, I don't know, you automatically get a little bit stronger and a little bit more health, and maybe you equip a couple things. But the badge system makes it feel like a true progression.
The badge system and the leveling, they put it in your hands. You get to take the role, that's RPG, right? And decide how your character is going to grow. It's great.
Yeah, it also gives you a little bit of replayability here that isn't there for all RPGs, because you can do a fairly diverse amount of like play styles. You can use one set of skills and really focus on those, and then a different time you can play it in a fairly distinct kind of way. And so there's some interest. It's not like you just have one thing that you have to do, and it's not like there's one like right choice. They did a great job of keeping all of those things to have some amount of utility. And so if there's something that's interesting, to you, you'll be able to use that set of skills.
One more thing I want to talk about are the boss fights, because any good RPG has epic or memorable boss fights. Did you guys have any that stood out to you, or you have any complaints about that?
No,
or fake complaints.
Yeah, no major complaints. Yeah, here you go. I hate when you've got a huge boss and you have a tiny little stage, and so all you can do is just like stick their head in and maybe one foot.
Yeah,
so funny. I don't hate it. It was hilarious.
We're talking about the same one. I mean, it's the first major boss you come across, although you have a few before
I know what
that.
you're talking about.
I mean, Hooktail. It's a big dragon, first of all. So dragon's amazing. And I love the mechanic behind it. A couple things. One, I would imagine you can just fight him as is, and it's going to be tough. Or if you get a certain badge and equip it in the stage, then when you attack, it makes a noise of a cricket, and that the dragon is scared of crickets, and so that makes him cower and it makes him weaker. That's amazing. On top of that, when you're 3/4 of the way through the fight, the dragon just chomps up all of the audience, and so he regains his strength. And then if you jump on his head afterwards, some of the audience members run out of his mouth. It's so good. All of that is so funny. It is so they've infused it into, if all the other boss characters do that, that's crazy. I mean, not that exact same thing, but if they all have some kind of characteristics and qualities like that, that's so intriguing and interesting to me. That's so interesting.
That's one of the more memorable bosses in this game, just because of everything y'all said. And I love that boss. The final boss of this game is also really, really sick. I enjoy them all the way through. Obviously, if you can't tell, I like this game. I just think that they're true boss fights. They feel different. There's a unique mechanic to learn, and it's interactive. Like you're saying, he eats the audience. You don't expect that to happen. You're like, what? Like, what's going on? So
and they're not easy. Like they're chunky, difficult boss fights that you're not used to this in a Mario game, maybe, but that you might die in, and then you have to reload, load at the save, and then come back and try it again, try a different strategy. They're not easy. Yeah. They're big. They're boss fights.
Aged.
Some of the most noticeably S tier music in the entire Mario franchise.
That is a huge statement.
That is
considering some of the Mario music that's out there.
That is a big statement.
Da 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 da.
Oh, come on.
Da 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 da.
They somehow keep an RPG tone, so fantasy sounding and magical at times, while still being rooted in Mario. The stuff that, like those examples you just gave, like, that's not easy to do, I don't think. And I've always thought that this game has a very distinct sound that differs from other Mario games, and it should, because of what they're trying to do here. And I absolutely, it's so listenable. Like, if you haven't heard it, go put on any of them on YouTube, and they're amazing. They're all good.
Nolan, are you at all familiar with the Switch re-release? Which we need to talk about the fact that happened.
I mean,
okay.
Besides what I looked at for the episode, but I do know it exists.
By reputation, that version of the game's music is even better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder what they did. How much they changed it. Like, if it's
I think just more specific stages. They added some more like specific to that stage kind of custom sound, and then redid some of the same stuff with just a little bit more like modern polish and whatever else.
Okay.
And so it's all of the same that you're loving plus a little bit. I only say that to say people generally rave about this game's sound,
Yeah.
and I don't disagree. What Nolan, it got me immediately. I don't know if you noticed this
know.
moment, but the opening scene,
Yeah.
Dustin was like, oh yeah, I mean, but it's got to have that classic music. It has this. I don't even know how to explain how well they do it. It has this ditty that is like classic Mario,
Yeah.
but then the progression like changes and goes somewhere sort of
Ditty.
unexpected and kind of like
Yeah.
it's so good.
It's a triumph to be able to balance that line of this is what you normally hear from us, but like check this out. So, like this original arrangement we came up with. This is the kind of game and soundtrack where they'll slip in a song every once in a while that you're like, this sounds like it's not from this game, like it's from Final Fantasy or something, and it's just amazing.
But it works. It's not like
Yeah.
out of place.
No, not at all.
I'm with
I
you.
was-
I feel like Dustin's making faces like he disagrees, but I thought the music here was great.
Well, I wasn't too far away from y'all, and then Nolan, I think twice, brings in the name Final Fantasy. I don't think any music in this game felt like Final Fantasy, but I do think that they did. I do agree that they did do this really well done merger of Mario. It feels Mario, but RPGified it, like, and
Yes.
so I do think they did really well with that. I do imagine that the Switch version, at least on a Sonic sound front, is even better, because that, I think, music is often one of the things that has the tendency to be able to age, sound font changes, and when you are able to do something with an orchestra when maybe you weren't before, whatever the case might be. Nolan, I don't know if you recall, but in your first play, you made the comment that the game didn't need a remake.
No, I still believe that, but that's
Okay. So after playing it more, you feel like it doesn't need a remake.
Correct. I did
Doesn't
look.
need.
It doesn't need it, but I did look up the remake, and it's beautiful.
I mean, it looks good.
Good. I want to play it, but that's not the point. I think that's how good the game was back then. That the graphics age well though too. Like it didn't need one for this reason.
Yeah.
It's paper and it's
Right.
simple. It's simplified, but it's stylized so that it's intentionally looking like a storybook, and they knock it out of the park. So like it still looks great on the GameCube if that's what you got.
We've said it dozens of times on the podcast, but when you go with a stylistic approach as opposed
Wind
to
Waker.
a realistic or something like that, and it's done well the first time,
Yep.
it ages impeccably.
Honestly, the
because
GameCube did it
it's
time and time again. With
this
Wind Waker,
GameCube boy.
because
He is-
the
he is a
cell
GameCube
shading,
boy.
it works.
Yeah.
And yeah, same here.
And with Paper Mario, it does. I mean, I will say I did watch some of the Switch gameplay. This, which by the way, just came out last year. Like this is a relatively recent remake.
Right, I had forgotten about
It was remade for the Switch in 2024. They redid the graphics, the animations and music, quality of life changes. Like they actually made a few more fast travel systems. They changed some of the fighting. They changed. I think they added a badge or two. Like they did some of those things to just kind of up the quality of life a little bit. But it's still the same game because, like you said, when you make a good game, it doesn't need a remake. But I think fans were very pleased with the remake they did.
Okay, I might have to pirate that.
just straight up.
Just kidding.
I might
I mean,
have to
in
rip
GTA.
that.
In GTA.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually wrote this in my notes. I don't think much, if anything, has aged poorly here. Is there anything that you can say that you think might have?
I genuinely gave it a thought this week, and one thing that I will force myself to say is like the overall amount of dialogue's text speed. There's a lot of dialogue in this game, a lot of reading, and a lot of like animations and cutscenes and stuff, and that's what you get with RPG. So I'm not complaining about that, but like maybe at times I felt like the text could have scrolled faster, and that might be a quality of life thing they fixed in the new one. I don't know, but that's the only thing. I don't know.
I don't know if I fully agree, but one of the things that I heard people mention in sort of, reviewing thoughts on this game and getting a pulse on people's reactions to it this week is that some people think that some of the humor didn't super age well. But like, I think it's still pretty timeless, so I don't disagree, Dustin, at least with your general premise. This game is absolutely timeless. Didn't need a re-release necessarily, but I think everyone's glad I got one. If nothing else, just for accessibility. Like people don't want to pull out their old GameCube and dust it off. But if there's a game that they love, that they feel like they can't. I mean, but some people don't even have it. Like, it literally is. If there's a huge audience for something and people love it and want it, and you give it to them in a fresh, updated way, but just in a way that makes it easy for them to get it again, that's going to be such a hit with people. And
yeah, I love that it's on the Switch.
All of those things. Yeah,
I want to play it now.
If you want a copy for your GameCube, it's going to run you $35 $35 loose, $45 complete in box, and $150 new.
Every time I think I have something, man, it's just nothing.
No. But if you want it for your Switch, of course, it's Nintendo, so it's always going to be the same price of $60.
Final thoughts.
At the end of each and every one of our episodes, we determine whether or not the game gets our vote for New Game Plus status, which is our general thumbs up or thumbs down. It does require 2/3 of the vote to swing one way or the other. Dustin's friend Nolan's friend Kenny is going to go first.
You're ridiculous.
All right, then I'll go first.
I mean, if you want, I do what you say.
We'll go most ridiculous to least.
Most ridiculous to least? Well,
yeah,
then,
so go ahead.
Then I shouldn't start because I wanted to jump in because this is so uninspired. I feel like this is one of those games where at this point in the episode we will have said everything. This one's not a surprise. It's a very popular game for a reason. I'm glad I finally got the excuse to play it. No complaints. Yes, it's a good game. Obvious NGP. Like, what else do I even say?
Okay, good. Then I'll go.
Yeah.
This game is good, and yeah, there's really nothing more to say about it. Let me say one thing. I do think, although it is more robust and deep than a lot of Mario games, it is still, when compared to other RPGs, very light, very frilly, very light. And I do think one thing, I didn't bring it up in aging because I don't think it's an age thing. I think it's about how the game was. I do think the game struggles a little bit with pacing. It is a fairly slow start, and it takes a while to really get going. So with the pacing up front and being very kid-friendly, silly, light, I think some people might not like it. But here's the thing: I don't think anyone could deny its quality. I don't think anyone could deny it, like, its polish, its fit and finish. It was made intentionally, with care, with love. It's a Mario product. I mean, what do you expect? And it's definitely my favorite Mario RPG to date. We played probably 3, maybe 4 at this point now. This one is the most memorable one. I would like to say that I will finish this game. It's long, and I've got a lot of other games to play right now.
It's competing with Silk Song. And...
yeah, like, I'm not going to put down Silk Song, but Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, yeah, I mean, it would be silly to not give this game New Game Plus status, even if you're able to find some issues with it. It gets my vote for New Game Plus status.
Okay, that's 2 this game was goods out of the way. This game is amazing. It is the best in, I haven't played them all, the Paper Mario series by far. I think that the charm of, like, from the humor to the presentation, the charm is there, and it's like done so well that I'm like side-eyeing Intelligent Systems. I'm like, Do you know Nintendo's character more than they do? Like this is how a side series, a spin-off series should look. I mean, it's amazing. It's a great RPG. It's a great Mario game. The story is fun. There's a ton of game. It is a long game, but that just means there's a lot to enjoy. I don't have a complaint, and it is no surprise. I mean, this game is so quality, and people have talked about it for a long time for a reason, and they remade it for a reason. I'm probably going to get it on my Switch in GP.
Do you know, Nolan, I'm pretty confident that Intelligent Designs are the ones that are creating this new Fire Emblem game.
Intelligent
that was just
Systems.
announced. Nope, Intelligent Designs. Sorry, Intelligent Systems. Yeah, no, Intelligent Systems. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they own.
Did I say design or did I
You
say
said design.
You said design.
But
Okay.
yes, they are
Follow
doing.
me.
They're doing Fortune's Weave, the new FE. I'm excited.
That means that Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is New Game Plus certified. But what did you think? On our YouTube poll, a low 68% said yes, it's worth playing today. 3% said no, go play something else, and 30% have never played it before.
That's so high.
What, the 30?
No, just that many people
Oh
being
yeah.
familiar and having played it and liking the split of popularity versus unpopular.
It's Mario.
I know it's not
But it's
super
Paper
surprising,
Mario.
but it's one of the heavier
It's
weighted games that we've seen on those polls.
Indie.
It's underground.
It's the indie Mario. Some from our community played along with us this week. Not as many as you would think,
Because they
but
hate
also
us.
it's been a tumultuous time.
Yeah, true.
But it's when we need video games all the more.
Yeah.
Shane said, Thousand Year Door holds a special place in my heart. Just a game that was there in my most nostalgic time of life, and one I would be likely to call my favorite of all time. The setting and characters are not exactly what you'd expect from a Mario game. Some significant creativity here that they lost or were barred from having, if the tales are true, in later games of the series. Catcalling Goombas, a gallows in the middle of town, and a mafia made out of pirantas? I don't know. Are just a few of the things any normal Mario fan wouldn't expect to see coming into this game. This game has some oft-cited flaws, such as backtracking in certain chapters, but even if it may be through nostalgic lens, I often just feel that enhances the story the game is trying to tell in those chapters. Easiest NGP from me, and a huge thanks to the randomizer for selecting this game.
Great commentary. Piantas, Dustin. They are they're the characters they introduced in Sunshine, Mario Sunshine.
They can't
and they
be
have
called.
a mafia.
Yeah, they can't be called Piantas.
They can.
They're gonna have to come up with a different name.
And they are. Hey, really quick, I saw this. You want to know the last 5 games that Intelligent Systems made?
Are they all fire?
No, not all of them, but they're fire. Fire Emblem Three Houses, Paper Mario: The Origami King, WarioWare Get It Together, Fire Emblem Engage, WarioWare Move It, Thousand Year Door Remake, and now this new Fire Emblem. They just
This
make
is
good
like,
games.
yeah, they make good games for you, Nolan.
I
I mean,
know,
good games in
right.
general.
That's what I
but
said.
yeah, this is
I
Nolan's
know.
company.
Intelligent Designs is great.
Stop.
Garlisle said, every time I replay this game, I like it a little bit less.
Who said that?
Garlisle.
Okay, writing that down.
Don't get me wrong, it has some fantastic art design, surprising depth in its seemingly simplistic combat and customization, and its share of memorable segments. Unfortunately, its area design is often reliant on backtracking through corridors, and its more unique chapters, 3 and
Yeah,
6,
I get
are so
that.
narratively focused that I have come to dread revisiting them. Much of this isn't a problem on a first playthrough, but on further visits, the game often gets in its own way. If you mixed the original N64 title's excellent level design and gameplay focus with this game's upgraded combat, you'd have an A+ game. As it is, it's still very good, but I see the tarnish.
I hate that he's right, or that I can at least say he's fair in saying those things.
Sure. I wonder what of that changed with the remake.
Probably not much, just because like it gets
I told
weird
you-
if you start changing like.
Right, but I did tell you that, like, I know that, for example, like one major backtrack section, they throw in a warp
A
pipe
warp. That's nice.
Yep.
and
Just
to get
skip
you
it.
to. So like
Honestly,
yeah,
that
so,
fixes it. Like that's good. That's really good.
So it's interesting.
I also
and
think,
then
just in general, I also think it's okay for games to be good once. And I don't know if this is a fully one of those games, but I just don't think every single game needs to be replayable. And like that's not a complaint that like ruins the game for me.
which is look, all three of us aren't Nolan, you might be more so. I'll just speak for myself. I'm not much of a replayer. I'll replay some games, but most of the time I just play the game, love it, and move on. So like I played Hades once.
It's meant to be
for
played
one season.
More though.
Yeah, I mean, I played it once, and then I might never come back to it.
Oh,
I
see
played
what you
Hollow
mean.
Knight
I see what
once,
you mean.
and then I
Yeah.
might never come back to it.
Yeah.
I've done a few. Not that I don't ever, but anyways, I agree with you, Kenny. I think some games are fine just being an incredible experience one time through. It doesn't have to be played over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And finally, Jimmy Jacques said, "This game, in my opinion, has a comfortable spot in the conversation for top 10, maybe top 5 best GameCube games."
Absolutely. Top
Okay,
10 conversation, like, don't even discuss it. Top 5, maybe.
Kenny thought just top 10
Yeah,
in
when he
general.
said GameCube, I was more on board. I thought he was going to say, like, of all time, and I was going to struggle a lot harder with that statement. But
this game oozes charm, still looks incredible. The mechanics are super clever and interesting. Story is simple but keeps you invested. The creativity is off the charts. And I could go on. As a kid who didn't initially like turn-based RPGs, this was the perfect gateway, along with Super Mario RPG, to this type of game. Its simplicity made it accessible enough, and its charm made it extremely inviting. But it still did go just in depth enough with its mechanics and didn't stick too close to the formula. Easy NGP, and no, it didn't need a remake. Game holds up as is.
Do we think this is a great, like, entry into turn-based RPG? Like, do we think this is a good recommendation for someone who's never played it?
I don't know about today. I
simple?
would have said back then for sure.
Yeah, I
Today,
guess
you've
there's
got a
more
lot
options now. Yeah.
For now, we're going to set aside Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, and we are going to randomly select the next game that we're going to be playing for the next 7 days. Only a few more of these until episode 500. Randomizing now. We're going back in time to 1998.
Great year for games.
Okay.
We are going to stick with the genre, at least a little bit. We are playing a role-playing video game.
Okay.
This one, Kenny, came out for the PC.
Okay.
I know Nolan gets nervous immediately.
Yay.
Nolan, I don't think you have reason to be nervous.
Okay.
Have we played any of these on the podcast
Yes.
before? I should know. Okay, you're right. We played
Knew
one
it.
of these on the podcast. And when we played it, we were a lot younger than we were now. In
that's
fact, we
sad.
played it, oh my goodness, played it 9 years ago.
Oh, no.
Wow. Okay,
That's
I'm
so
trying to
much
think
fun
of
to say.
RPGs on PC that we played in the first year of the podcast.
Is
There's
anyone
no
there? Is
way
anyone there?
you could get there.
I
couldn't.
could
This is-
get there, but I would need more time than we have right now.
This is a direct sequel to that game that we played 9 years ago.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool.
And it was developed, let's see if Nolan gets there, by Black Isle Studios and published by Interplay Productions.
No chance, bro. There's no chance.
The game's story takes place in 2241, 79 years after an atomic war reduced the vast majority of the world to a nuclear wasteland. For the next 7 days, we are playing
Holy.
Fallout 2.
2? Hey, are you going to do another speed run? Are you going to speed run 2 and post it on YouTube?
You should absolutely speedrun this game as well.
I sped ran Fallout. That was the very first video on our old YouTube channel. I don't think I'm prepared to learn Fallout 2. This is an archaic kind of system,
Yeah.
but it is an upgrade from Fallout, if you remember that one, but certainly a downgrade from, Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
I want to say 2. There's one of the older ones on PC that people really, really like, and I wonder if it's 2. Maybe it's 1. I don't know. But if it's 2, I'm excited.
I don't know. They are. I think this is the. Is this the Native American that you're playing in this one? I don't know. I remember this is so funny, and I'll bring it up next episode. But when Nolan, you wanted me to play New Vegas, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I've got to start at the beginning.
That's crazy.
And Nolan was like, you don't have to. He was right, but I'm glad that I did.
I was so
Find a
right.
copy of Fallout 2, a post-nuclear role-playing game. Played along with us for the next 7 days.
Join us in Discord at discord.gg/ngp podcast.
You can also support your favorite retro gaming podcast by heading over to patreon.com. You'll be joining the likes of our many producer-level supporters, such as Alex, Marlene, Antonin, Ben, Champagne, Vinaigrette, Craig, Dagany, Flombus, Garlisle, Hallex, Harold, Hey Brother, J. Robert, Jake, Jordan, Justin, Caldaka, Glenn, Lepidus, Lantris, Levi, Maxima, Megatroid, Miss Muso, Not Enough Dog, Rad, Max Agent, Scotty, Shane, Shauna, Snake Matic, Spinning the Jet, Super Hyper, Swaggy, Taco Fish, Psycho Manus, Thomas, Tim of the T, Unbedavable, Zachary, and Zion. Thank you especially to our director-level supporters, Brojim, Sasser, Tins, and Siegfried. If we were stuck in a two-dimensional RPG game, you're the people we would take along with us. Appreciate you.
You can follow us on our social media. Those links are in the show notes. You can listen to us on any podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Crast?
If you want to, you can. I'm not going to tell people what they can and cannot do. All of those links are in the show notes as well. Our episode artwork was created by our friend Dave. Our video episode was edited by our friend Dylan. Our audio episode was edited and produced by our friend Dan Willett. Join us next week as we play Fallout 2. Until then, I'm still the big-breasted companion.
I'm still Coop.
I'm still Kenny.
And this has been New Game Plus.